The power of God is manifested in His creation, and this is reflected in every eye that sees, every mind thinks, and every ear hears. It is He who conceived, innovated and filled the universe around us with the most wonderful creatures and landscapes. The mind of the beholder. Mountains, with their enormous heights and wonderful gradations of colors, and waterfalls flow from the peaks strongly to settle inside the magnificent lakes that contain above all the most beautiful types of fish and creatures and people who deal with the blue of the sky and the cotton clouds scattered in them to color the most beautiful painting, the colors of plants and their different shapes. From these appearances inform the mind that He accepted a miracle that only a great Lord can come. Nature may be the refuge of man and shake the noise of life at its speed. It is a calm, refreshing and relaxing place for nerves, after not paying attention to the cruelty of life and its many busy times. Therefore, the individual escapes from nature to enjoy the sound of birds chirping and the rustle of trees, and to sit in a plain or on a mountain to enjoy the fresh air, as well as swimming inside the sea or sitting on the sand from its shores. They may renew the vitality and activity of man and provide him with sufficient positive energy, and save him from the negative energy that causes him fatigue, because the ritual of nature treats the sickness of the soul and relieves courage. Contemplating its magic and contemplating it gives the individual great strength for religion, and seeing the natural arts around him makes him believe in the great Creator, and encourages him to praise Him. The individual must remember and preserve the wonderful blessings of nature around him, because awareness of the risks that will befall them from the extinction of some species of animals or birds, for example, is what prompted many governments to implement the policy of natural reserves, which preserve rare species of plants and animals. In nature it is visited by people, but with restrictions and under certain conditions. Nature around man is distinguished by its beauty, thanks in particular to the wonderful diversity of organisms found in different parts of the world, and also because of the unique terrain of mountains, waters, plateaus and forests, where each of those terrain is located exclusively with something remarkable for a particular type that sets it apart from other terrain. This great diversity has provided people with wide spaces to search for calm and tranquility, because man naturally may be a being that yearns for beauty, and there is nothing more beautiful than nature. The appearances of the sweetness of nature have many manifestations in them. Wherever a person turns his face he will inevitably find one of these appearances, and perhaps the most notable of these is the unique diversity of colors around us, which has created a wonderful natural palette. Among the opposite manifestations are the different sizes and therefore the different shapes, even between organisms belonging to a similar species, and in contrast, one of the best manifestations of the sweetness of nature is that the beautiful scents that emanate from some creatures such as roses, flowers and a few types of fruits, citruses in particular, also has distinct scents associated with specific seasons and times, just like the smell of the ground after the rain. The effect of the sweetness of nature on the people around us is among the best blessings of God upon us. This beauty allows us to settle in many places and destinations to induce rest, relaxation and the best of fun times. Thus the great thing in nature has always been the primary source of inspiration for artists and creatives around the world. This is often evidenced by the vast amount of art, poetry and music that has delighted people around the world, centered on the sweetness and charm of nature. We thank you very much for your interest and for joining our channel. We ask you for more support in achieving our goals and preserving our nature. Goodbye in the next video.